you guys. Welcome to Lake Balboa. We have two very special writers for today's episode. My parents.
ลมพัดแบบน่านอนอย่างเลยนะลมพัดสบาย
Hi, I'm Justin Pichad Rungsi, and I'm your pilot for this episode of Joyride. I grew up in Los Angeles, here at Anajak Thai. I don't know how you guys had kids and ran the restaurant.
I opened the restaurant in 1981.
Our customer in early year always remember seeing Justin doing his homework in the corner.
In the summers, I would help Dad in the kitchen. My time was split between the back and in the front of house. My name's Justin. I'm Ricky's son. I would be really shy. My dad would be like, just go tell him who you are and bring him these things while you're at it.
เป็ดน้ำนกเป็ดนี่นกเป็ดน้ำนะนกเป็ดน้ำ
Guys, this is 5 minutes from your house. Why aren't you guys coming? You guys should come here and talking about your mental health. Sit around, do things like this with Dad. You guys are holding hands. I've never seen you guys hold hands in 65 years.
I want his finger to stretch.
2019, my dad was still cooking. And by that time, he had already put in it was on his 38th year on the line.
When I have stroke,
We're thinking of selling the restaurant because he has stroke, so I cannot run the restaurant by myself. But luckily, Justin stepped in.
I'm not quite sure that time he
want to do it or
want to
not.
do it not because that time he worked at Disney and he's a director, so he made good money.
We were in the hospital, and I never went back to Disney. I immediately came here and I started working on stuff. I think that they didn't necessarily want this for me at the beginning. It was like, who was going to do it? Who was going to go to the market and who was going to make the sauces and who was going to, once you work in corporate and you work in a big studio, you start to look around and you start to learn what you learn. And I look back at what this was and how this place had really provided for my family. I realized this place is special. I took over the restaurant in 2019 after my father's stroke. And I've been here ever since. Guys, we're going back.
Justin, break. Okay, go.
Okay.
Okay, I help.
Ah!
I help.
Is that you helping, Mom?
Yeah.
That's so...
Dude, watch out now.
I met her in 1983. I met her on the airplane.
I was a flight attendant of Thai International.
So then I say, well, that girl is cute. I need to talk to her. I say hello when she came in to ask me a drink.
I like his smile and his eyes
I got some white wine Chardonnay
on eyes.
on the ice.
I think it's funny, but I serve him anyway. He kept calling me and writing me a letter.
I call her all over the world.
Europe, in Australia,
Australia.
anything. He tried to prove to me that he really liked me. In July, he proposed to me. He is very good husband, very good father. So I'm lucky. So I thank God for that I married the right man and a very good man. I didn't know that after we married, I'm gonna work this hard though.
Gotcha.
In Thailand, if you marry a businessman like him, restaurant owner, the wife is just collecting the money, doesn't need to do anything much.
Yeah.
No, I do everything.
So
Even clean the bathroom, everything except cooking.
this is funny. This is like we're riding a tuk-tuk in Thailand. That's what this is like.
Not exactly. Tuk the driver in front. Tuk is more adventurous.
Tuk-tuk is more adventurous. Mom, we're on the side of the lake. You guys can
Wow.
almost fall in. I'm honestly not good at riding this bike. Are you guys okay swimming?
เฮ้ย no ทำไมอ่ะ ยากเหรอ
Well, the steering is hilarious. They all were dubious about what I was going to do with the restaurant. So I think a lot of the people that were working here, they didn't really understand what I was going to contribute. And if I even knew how to do what Dad was doing properly. Even now, Mom's like, what's this dish, you know? Like Thai Taco Tuesday, like what are we, a Mexican restaurant, you know? And eventually people started to kind of realize like, you know, we were really trying to break the mold here and do something different. We were LA Times 2022 Restaurant of the Year. I was in the class of 2022's Food and Wine Best New Chef.
We did it!
2023, I won the James Beard Award for Best Chef California. I was like, Mom, like, I'm nominated for a beard. And she's like, oh my God, that's so awesome. Dad's like, congratulations, that's so great. My mom goes, yeah, but what's the beards?
And the winner is Justin Pichiramsi.
This is really one of the coolest stories in food right now. A kid grows up in his family's Thai restaurant and he builds a career in design at Disney. Then his father gets sick and he comes back to the family restaurant. Here he is with a Beard Award.
Look at that.
I think they get it. I think the difference between you guys and me is that you guys don't want to teach people anything. The immigrant mindset is your business. You're the only one with the keys. You're the only one that knows the recipes. You're the only one. You know, when I started teaching the recipes to our cooks, my mom was like, you're giving the recipes to other people? And I was like, what? Yeah. You got, yeah. All parts of it, you have to learn how to let some of that stuff go, don't you think? So that you guys can enjoy your life a little bit.
How you gonna be sure that they're not going bad thing to us? Or like cheating?
You have to develop trust. I don't understand this idea of that. If you have that in your mindset, you've got hate in your heart, Mom.
Can I have for this flower?
No,
I like
you
the
can't.
color.
You're not allowed the flowers. You gotta learn, you gotta start to learn, you gotta keep an open mind. There's other people that have restaurants, have businesses where the mother of the owner isn't, you know, helicopter momming everyone. If your mom is your business partner, sometimes you don't know if you're arguing with your mom or you're arguing with your business partner, because I'm looking at her like she's my business partner. She's looking at me back, seeing her son yell at her. The image of this little kid that she raised now like being upset.
I still see him as a little boy, which he always complained that, Mom, I'm grown up already. I'm proud of him, but at the same time, I want my little boy back. But that's fact of life.
Me and my parents' arguments are the crux of why the restaurant is interesting. The tension between the old and the new and what's classic and what's contemporary is only interesting because those two worlds have a dialogue with one another.
You know what I miss?
What do you miss?
I miss on Monday.
That we have dinner together.
We wait for you to from
Disney.
From Disney come
And you
back
cook together. I cook with you. Yeah, we miss Monday.
Miss
Family day. Yeah.
When I think about it, you know, I think the reason why I came back, I mean, I love you guys. I love the food. I love the restaurant. But in the end, it's because I love you guys. You will understand this if you grew up with older parents, is that you kind of see their mortality earlier in life. Like, what's the legacy of my parents? What's the legacy of my father and what he did here? And so I feel like it was out of love that I sort of saw that, you know, something was worth coming back to here. I'm grateful for both of you guys for keeping the restaurant alive, even through the hard times of the recession after 2008, 2009, and getting it to this point now.
And I'm glad that you make a decision to put all your effort in order to carry on his legacy. Thank you.
I say thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Justin.
Thank you to Justin for all the work he done. He did from the bottom of his heart. I love it.
The future of this place is to remain a kind of a soulful place to work in and to eat in and to share memories. Make it a vibrant and creative atmosphere. That's all that matters.
Actually, I like it now. Why don't you ride me one more round?
You want one more round? They want one more round.